Hello, Mark Donegan, self healing practitioner and educator. January, February, March 10th. March 10th. Time is flying by. Up from the bottom. Not that I've been in the bottom very recently, but I'm thinking more of the last few years. When I was on opiates, that was the bottom, and everything since then has been up. And it's been pretty crazy here in this new place, in my new life. It's definitely a new life. It doesn't slow down. Um, and also, I'm actually working to some degree. I hate to say that I'm working, but I am actually doing massages. But I don't. My next step is return clients and clients. Um, so for right now, I'm just putting myself out, and I've been working, and it's been freaking great just to get the different things that I get. Um, it's just been absolutely wonderful, a brand new life. Put myself out as who I am, and yeah, it's taking some getting used to for me and everyone else. But yeah, and the homeless problems seem to have died down to some degree. They're going to come back and forth. It's part of my gig here and now that I'm downtown, and yeah, my downtown gig is definitely solidifying and starting to get a bit of a reputation, a good one for the first time in my life, which is all very different. And yeah, that's up from the bottom. And yeah, just the way that I feel about people and the way that they are interacting with me is completely changed. It's not all the way there, but it's really changed a lot. Um, the empathy that I have for people has increased. At the same time, my boundaries have gotten even harder and stronger and offended more people, which is like weird because I'm offending less people now than I'm drawing those boundaries. Um, but yeah, this week has been that week where not everybody, where I set my boundaries on everyone. What's up, Greg? Things are going good here, going wild. Life is strange. It could be taken away at any second. The life I live. But yeah, working down in the park and working out in public is very risky. Nobody else does what I do, and yeah, I'm really enjoying the shit out of it. Um, it's totally dependent on my body. That was, oh, you don't have to miss me. I'm always here, brother. I don't go away. I'm a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's just weird doing what I'm doing. I'm going to do another course with Alexis, another 3 months. I actually was going to bow out from Alexis. The new place is flipping awesome. I mean, it's got issues, little issues, but it's not like laws. It's a completely different life. I mean, I, I don't get my life threatened on a daily basis here, but every once in a while, but it's on a completely different scale. It's like they're not organized here. It's just homeless people drifting in and out, and I'll get a whacked out person that'll threaten me or something. And, that's like no big deal for me compared to organized people getting together wanting to go hurt Mark. It's totally freaking different. Those people, I go down and visit them every once in a while and give them a bird, and they fuck you motherfuckers. Yeah, I try not to rub it in too hard because did I see your motorcycle accident? No. Oh man, don't give me bad news. I'm not up for that. I totally am not up for that, Greg. I mean, yeah, okay. It's like you've gone a long ways since I met you. You've come a long ways. I'll look it up definitely. Now that you've done that to me. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. But still, any trauma, anytime you go down, is a trauma, and that doesn't sit good with me. And also, yeah, but still, it's a trauma, man. And going down's a trauma. Anything's a trauma. That's the thing. Even the littlest traumas we need to deal with. But especially the big ones like that, we've really got to recognize them and say, "Hey, fuck it, I got to go fuck off for a while and get that the fuck out of my body," because it does get trapped in the body. That was the work that I did last weekend, which I was so stoked about. I mean, somebody came to me within 48 hours of an injury, and in my work, you're not supposed to work on somebody within 72 hours of an injury or if they're swelling, but unless you've had the training that I've had. So I've had that training. So somebody came to me and I told them that. I said, normally a massage therapist is not supposed to touch you, but, I have special training and I'd like to work on you. Well, I got a referral, a public referral from that lady. It's my first one. And I was just so stoked because that's the other thing that's happening down there at that damn park. I think I mentioned in the beginning, everybody that steps up to me as a professional in one way or another, they're kind of checking me out. And the other thing that's happening is that not only are most of the people professionals that come up to me, but most of the people who come up to me are hurt and wounded in some way that only I have had the training to deal with. And it's like, it's karmatic how they see me there offering a massage out in a park, and they just somehow have a sense that I got to go try this. I got to go, and yeah, it's flipping nice. Yeah, it's flipping nice, man. Because before I was like advertising, I was trying to get work, and it was nothing was happening. And then when I relaxed and gave up trying to get work, well, not much happened then either. But now it's like persistence has paid off. I'm just like always there. And everybody's finally going, well, who the hell are you? So, yeah, now they're stepping up and saying that, like, who the hell are you? And I get my shot. And once I got my shot, I usually don't miss. I usually don't miss. I mean, it's not like I'm taking everybody either. I got my same hard, rigid lines, and I also have to have my same hard, rigid disclaimers because I'm not the average massage therapist, and I do things that can be contraindicated for other massage therapists. So I have to give people full disclaimers that, yeah, I'm not your normal massage therapist. I am going to move you the hell around. You are going to get shocked. You are going to walk away changed. And that's another thing on a serious level because I'm starting to really push my work. But every single person that I've worked on, I did not step away from. I mean, I used to, like, I'd get done and I'd just roll off and I'd start stretching. Well, now it's like really hard in my brain because I'm out there in public. I just fucked that person up. So I stand there now, I'm patient. I stand there and I don't let them move. I say, just lay there, stay calm, be careful getting the fuck up. You've done been changed. You may not realize it yet. And then I've got this thing, like as soon as they lean up, I can look them in the eyes and I can tell from their eyes exactly what I did. Yeah, it's Reiki. I mean, everybody asks me that, and a lot of people will walk up and ask me that because we got a Reiki practitioner there at the market who's full of shit, but her Reiki's okay. But Reiki was my original training. It should be anybody's original training. Reiki's used with the touch. This lady is down at the market's telling people she's doing Reiki, but she doesn't have to. She just lays her hands on, laying of hands. And that's not Reiki. Reiki's actually moving your hands, doing massage, Swedish massage, but you're aware of the energy. You don't have to touch somebody to do true Reiki. That's true. But, that's very simplified Reiki, and I don't do that shit. I do full-on intense Reiki because that's how I was taught. When you're working on somebody and you're touching them, you're energetically in them. Before you even touch them, you're energetically in them. So that's all you have to understand about Reiki is your energy. Yours and theirs combined. And then you put the touch to it. And once you add the touch, then you've gone to a different level. And that's where I had the issue with this person because she is actually touching people, but how much is like she doesn't know. I mean, that's what scares me about her. a Reiki master up there makes you better. Oh, well, absolutely. Massage therapist, again, a massage therapist should know Reiki because if you know Reiki, then you don't fuck somebody up from where you start and they come out ahead. That's that simple. You're being aware of the energy. And again, then you add the touch to it, and if you do it properly, they come out ahead. You don't cause a regression, or it's all very, very finesse, of course. And of course, at the same time, you're praying to God for that help. That's that's the difference between Reiki and massage. Reiki is somebody there putting energy into you, you know, and massage is you working together. And of course, there's the flaw with most massage therapists. They're doing massage on a person rather than doing massage with a person. Um, so, yeah, and now that I'm dialing in my art of self healing, it's really what it's all about. I can work hard. I like to work hard, but if I work too hard, I just damage them. I don't do any good. And if they're not working with me, I just damage them and do no good. So we both have to work, but not hard, in an easy way, with ease. Ease is something I forgot recently, and I got a hard reminder of it walking into this new life. Uh, but yeah, I was in another pain group, to tell you the truth, Greg. This one was Public Health by Mendocino County Public Health, and it's very cool, and you can actually get into it. Uh, I don't believe they were restricted to Mendocino County people because of it's on Zoom. I mean, what are they going to care if they got another person in there? And if you've got my referral, you're going to get in there. Believe me. Yeah, like I said, I'm making a name in this town for what I do. That was part of why I took that public health pain group. Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I can't even stop the changes that are happening to me. It's just people are finding out who I am finally, and then this group, by the way, uh, I got in there to promote myself and to get attached to the people in the county that are doing the same work as I am. Excuse me, and that's absolutely what happened. I ran into this lady named Susan Era and a guy named Charlie Seltzer, and they've been doing pain groups here in Mendocino County for public health, paid by the county. They're paid by the county, and they've been doing this for years. Their program is not nearly like the VA's. It's not nearly as intense. It's not nearly as, I wouldn't say good. It's just the VA was cutting edge on being up on stuff. They were cutting edge on that. I gotta give them that. I had a lot of issues with their way that it was presented, but their information was cutting edge. They were very open to marijuana, which they were not here in Mendocino County Public Health. I got a great issue with that I will be taking up with them. Absolutely. It's really one of the only things I have left in my marijuana advocacy is public perception, and I was going to go out to public with that, but now I see it's not coming from the public. It's coming from our government, our county government, our county health government, who believes they have to follow federal law, FDA approval stuff. And again, I have disagreement with all of that. And these are individuals that work for the county that have determined what the law means and how they're going to follow it. And I believe that they've done that wrong. And I'm definitely going to confront them on that. And they don't have much stand when the VA stand in there, as you know, and they didn't recommend it to us, but they were, I would say, supportive of marijuana use in that group. I would give it that. And for Mendocino County Public Health to not be supportive of marijuana use in pain, that's a freaking big issue. That could be why people up here are dying. People die everywhere, but could be why we have more substance abuse problems here. And that's just a freaking fact. I mean, I don't care what any of these locals say. Being on the streets, these homeless people, their issue is substance abuse. And when they act out, it's generally substance abuse. So it's like, I don't hate on them, but I hate on the shit that they do. And I hate on the fact that they won't take part of the programs that they keep, because we have more programs here. That's what they keep doing is offering programs. Well, I'm also coming to the conclusion that the only way to deal with that problem is through the courts. Someone gave you a token. Oh, well, dude, I've heard all kinds of stuff about people saying, "Oh, there's drugs in the marijuana because it got me so high." Well, I hope it didn't freeze. Well, anyways, dabs. Yeah, dabs will fuck you up. They'll put you on a different level. Um, but it's still just THC. It's all just THC. That's what I try to teach people, and it's really funny because uh, it's not funny at all. I actually get in arguments with some so-called experts at the clubs about the differences of what these things do to the brain and the body. They do the same thing depending on how you do it. Yeah, it's pretty freaking weird that people don't have an understanding of marijuana. And I still see this thing. My friend even does it. Takes these big old blasts of dabs or marijuana. Either one, man. He's got the super bongs, man, like you ain't never seen before. Like I ain't even never seen before. Well, anyways, he'll blast that shit. You taking a big hit. And I've known this guy for close to 40 years. I mean, anyways, he takes this big old hit in his lung and then blah, he'll let it all the fuck out. And that is such a sin to take in all that smoke and then waste it. But it's all doing the same thing to your brain when you hold it. You're bringing the marijuana into your cells when you hold it, and that's what you want. Why would you take a hit and let it out? You want the stuff. So it's interesting that I have a friend that's and that friend Georgie. He was with me. We were together when I was learning and practicing those things at the beginning. And he heard my theories. He heard all that stuff, and then he decided to take another route. And I'll tell you why people take that route. It's macho. It's nothing but macho. I can do this big ass hit, but I can't hold it. But I can do it. It's all about being macho, and you're totally just wasting money to impress yourself that you could take this big fucking hit. Yeah, it is totally crazy. And the thing is, the reason he went that way, and a lot of my friends went that way, despite hearing what I had to say, was get the macho thing. But it's easier on the lungs. You don't have to put any effort into it. That's why. Well, like back in the day when I was doing this, I was adamant. You only hit out of a bong. You put your little weed in there, and you don't waste none. You light it all up. You take it all up, and you hold it. Well, my friends started saying, "Well, I just want to smoke a joint and relax. I don't want to have to do all that work, Mark." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll smoke a joint with you and relax." And it's like, "Oh, okay, that yeah, you get high, and but a lot of it just goes and burns away." So it was a total sin from my Hawaiian training. But you don't get the same kind of high. That's another thing with THC is you can get a different high every time. Like when you're talking about the dab and you went and wrecked, that could totally happen, man. Myself, I get a certain kind with a certain terpenes in it that I haven't had for a while, and I take that rip, then yeah, I'm gonna be more different than I usually am. And, you know, things are gonna be different. You might just have a little wreck. It depends on how you are with marijuana. That's another thing with marijuana. It's you can do whatever you want with your brain. If your brain tells you I'm going to smoke this joint and I'm going to be all doped out, well, that's what's going to happen to you. But if you tell your brain I'm going to smoke this joint and I'm going to go knock out 5 miles running hard, that's what you're going to do. Marijuana gives you the ability to focus your mind. Focus. It can focus on a bad thing, a negative thing, a paranoia thing, or it can focus on a conquering, crushing thing. Most people don't get that because they're not taught that they can do that on marijuana. But I was. I was taught by a Hawaiian shaman that says, "Hey, man, we're going to take this rip, we're going to suck it all in, and we're going to go out there and risk our goddamn lives every chance we get." I'm like, woohoo, let's do that. Who wouldn't? Who wants to say, I want to get high and just fucking. No, I want to high and give a fucking. Do some shit I ain't never seen before. Oh, fuck, Wolf. Then you get what you deserve. 3 cameras at a time, dude. You need a hobby. Somebody told me I needed a fucking hobby. I told my doctor that. I said, Doc, somebody told me I have no life and I need a hobby. He started laughing before I did. Oh, by the way, I got my knee MRI'd. I see a surgeon in 6 weeks. So that's really all I got left on my medical. My spine's been signed off, even though I got numbness still on my right arm. Uh, but yeah, once I get my knee done, then I should be good for good. But it's weird. That was a boundary I had to draw. This one dude here, he kept because I need money. But so he pays me $40 to help him lift some stuff. Well, that shit's like over 100 pounds, man. Like heavy ass oak furniture and whatnot. And so I did a day doing that for $40. And then he didn't ask. He's just like, "Well, you gonna be around next week?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, can you help me again?" And I guess that's how I fell into it. I just said, "Yeah." Well, anyways, I had to wait a day, and my arm's still sort of nummy from the last time, and I'm like, "This just is not right, man." Uh, Taking money, and I'm hurting my body, and there's no amount of money that's ever going to give me back my ability to move again once it's gone. And I was thinking how stupid that was. And so, yeah, I found the guy and said, "Hey, dude, you got to find somebody else." Um, but it just amazes me that somebody would ask me to do heavy lifting, knowing I've had 6 spinal surgeries. But then again, in this place, in Hotel California, it doesn't surprise me. In fact, I went down and told the manager yesterday, I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? People see me and they just like, they run through their brain on what they need done, and then they're like, "Hey, Mark." I'm like, I can't. Yeah, there's no getting away from it. I walk out in the hallway, and I get that shit, or I run into 80-year-old lost Lily that can't see because she's blind. So definitely different than laws. So the next step, I'm doing market. I'm doing Saturdays at the market. I'm doing Mondays again now. The weather's good. And the next step is to uh, do a class and do what I start wanting to do a class teaching massage on Mondays in the park. So that's the next step is a class in the park. So far, I knocked everything out that I wanted to accomplish. And that's why I wasn't going to take Alexis's next course. And I had a discussion with her and told her that, I'm in a good place. I really don't want to keep pushing as hard as we pushed last year. And what did she tell me? Oh, she told me my input was valuable to the group. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm back in. Yeah, I'm still in Ukiah. Definitely for now. I mean, again, the way life is treating me, I want to stay here. So like I told Alexis, I don't want things to change. I like my little comfort zone I just got. But, that's not the way she trained me. It's not the way she taught me. And it's probably not what we're going to do. So hopefully I will stay here. But no, Alexis with an S. Alexis. Uh, but yeah, no, hopefully I'll be living here. This is a sweet deal. It's hard to explain, but even if I go off HUD, I want to try to keep this place because the rent's so damn cheap. $718, by the way. You can't find a cheaper place. So yeah, I want to keep this, and then what is going to happen again is I'll do these Monday things in the park, and then it'll go from there wherever it's going to go. But it's definitely going. And mostly I made friends, but I did reinforce an enemy recently, which was the Ukiah Valley Athletic Club. And the Ukiah Valley Athletic Club the owners of which are basically the highest members in our local society, and they are my enemies. They are not my friends, and I made sure to reinforce that to them this week. Freaking assholes. Yeah, they've treated me like shit from day one, and I pay my monthly club membership just because I don't like them, and they're the only game in town. So, uh, yeah, I told one of my friends a few months back, I'm gonna go sit in their hot tub and just hate on them. And that's what I did that day too. I went and sat in their hot tub that I pay for, and hated on their ass because they are such fucking shitty people. Uh, but yeah, they could have put me in business a long time ago. They could have put me in business day one, 2 years ago, with no stress off their back, just by being nice people. They could have helped me out, but they didn't. And so yeah, they're my enemy, and I'm gonna fuck them up every time I get a chance. Put them back in line. Yeah, they go around acting like the what do you call it, benefactors of our little Ukiah area, and they're not my benefactors. And anytime I get around them in public, I'm gonna let everybody know they they're shitheads, two-faced people. Yeah, it's not even like that though. I mean, you were doing stuff for these people. I pay. They're supposed to be nice. Customer service, you know what I mean? And it's like I wrote them a letter and said, "Your customer service is shit. You treat me like shit." And they don't even get personal. They just send me these I don't even, just extremely formal emails back saying things like, "Oh, we're sorry you're unhappy," and I'm like, "You fucking assholes! Why can't you just be real for a second?" But they won't. So they won't. So I'm gonna play that game. So that's sort of the last thing I'm gonna roll out there is playing the game, learning how to use my words. I've been doing really well with that, and I've got a lot of work to do. But at the same time, I'm also seeing where other people walk around the world and in business with their ass hanging out, and they don't pay attention to their words. And some of them are actually like out there looking for trouble, looking to mess somebody up, but they don't even have their own shit squared away. And it's a really good insight because I do get games played with me when I'm out in public. So it's it's about being on the ball, really. It's about being on the ball and ready for it. And the only thing I can say is if it comes a day or any day, and I've already said this to myself, that somebody upsets me or throws me off my game out there in public, I simply pick up my stuff, put it in my wagon, and drag it home. That's the best part of what I got going on right now. Is I'm 2 blocks from the park, and I got my little wagon. I don't know if you know, but I'm just like super stoked I have a wagon, and I can drag my own stuff back and forth to the park, and nobody can mess with my routine. I mean, people can, but it's a matter of how well I've backed myself up, and I've backed myself up fairly well. I'm not totally there yet. I'm not totally solid, but I'm pretty dang solid. I mean, when I was in the park on Monday, the city guys, some of the city guys, came down and checked me out again, and I mean, they really checked me out. I mean, they sat down for like a half hour right in front of me and just like staring at me and my gear, waiting for me to get a client. And fortunately, it would have been good if I got one in front of them, but I didn't care. Uh, but I got one later when they were gone, which was even better because that way, my Mike, the hot dog guy, who I'm next set up next to, he tells them, he'll tell them, that I finally got a client, which is they're all working out really great because he knows I haven't gotten a client for all the time I've been out there. So that way nobody can claim I'm making money under the table, or at least not yet to this point. But I'm right on the verge of that thing to where they're going to be able to nail me down. I mean, I'm starting to take money in public, and it's just a matter of time before somebody tries to nail me down. And I know that. So I'm going to keep playing that game, going to keep hustling under the table, taking cash until somebody tries nailing me down. And then when they try to nail me down, then I'll have to look at my books, look at what I'm making, see if I got steady clients, see if I can roll off of services or not. And that's what it's all about, services. And it's always been about that. You know, you don't come off services till you're ready. So yeah, this is a very, very fine line I'm walking. Yeah, what I'd like to do on as far as the podcast kind of thing is once I'm doing the groups in the park, I have a long ways to go. I mean, first I've got to design the program I want to do in the park for the group. Then I've got to advertise it. Then I've got to get a boom box, and then I've got to get, oh my god, just all the gear depending on what I decide to do. You know, a guy who wants me on his live stream. I don't know. It depends on what it's about. I mean, that's the thing, about my boundaries. I'm trying to stay in my lane, my health and healing lane. Anytime I get outside of that, I just sound like an asshole. Even when I'm within that, I still sound like an asshole. Now I'm realizing why my boss was such an asshole. You start doing this work, man, and it's just like you can go. Your ego can just flip and go. Boo. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. When you're putting hands on, you're doing hands on work. Yeah, it does something to a freaking ego that's hard to get a handle on, keep a handle on. Well, right now I got to write all this stuff down. Oh, he's a movement guy, huh? Oh, well, shit. I could talk that shit all day long. Oh, that would be interesting. Oh, hell yeah. Well, yeah, tell him to hit me up, and I'll definitely look him up. Not like I'm looking for stuff to do, actually, but, Oh, weird. Anyways, that's about it for me. I just jumped on here, just put a little out that life is being very interesting in my new place. Taking me into places I have no idea. And Alexis. 3 more months with Alexis. Oh my God. Oh, and last thing for you, Greg. Sign up for Alexis. You don't have to sign up for the 3 month thing because I know you have to pay for that, but I really think you should, despite the fact that you have to pay for it because I'm paying for it. I think it's of that much value. But the main thing is sign up for Alexis's free week, which is starting. Uh, it's a free week of morning activations, half hour in the morning. I believe it starts on Monday. Yes, it does. It starts on Monday because on the 21st we start our 3 month program. So sign up for Alexis's free week of morning activations and definitely do that. It's only a half hour, 6 to 6:30. To be with some of the most high-powered women in America, and it's absolutely some good shit. Look up Alexis Aspie. That's all you gotta do, because her stuff is always changing. Just to be connected with Alexis and her tribe is a gift, and you really should. They could really use you in the tribe, because I'm not the only one. and I'm one of three males that I know of that's in the tribe right now, including her husband. But yeah, it's fun stuff, and I don't know. The tribe is the tribe. We've been working together. Me and most of the tribe have been working together for 6 months now. But Alexis's tribe comes and goes. It's up to Alexis. It's her. It's her tribe. You know, we all have our tribes, and I got my tribe going. Uh, and as a matter of fact, that's where all of this is going. Alexis, I've been since the beginning. I've been in training with Alexis. I wasn't going to continue because I didn't think I needed any more training, but eventually, someday, what Alexis has always wanted from me and what I've always wanted is to do what Alexis is doing. She's doing self care, self healing over the internet with very little effort. I'm watching every little detail. She doesn't make a lot of money doing it. I got to be frank about that. But she's giving people deals. She probably makes plenty of money for her, but from my aspect, she's not gouging people, or she could gouge people, and she probably used to gouge people. Because if you look at her stuff, she tells you what things should cost, then she tells you what she's going to have you pay, and there's a hell of a big difference. And if you don't believe that she didn't used to charge those amounts, you are very, very wrong. She's about $1,000 a fucking visit, and so to get her on these things that she offers at such a reduced rate is just purely a gift from Alexis to the universe. And I am one of her biggest receivers of that gift. She solely does what she does for me out of the goodness of her heart. Again, I pay her a small fee for these intensives, but my fee is again very small because Alexis cuts me a break every single time just because she wants me in there and wants to give to me. And yeah, she does that for everyone. She treats everyone on an individual basis. So there you go. And it's good to see you again, Greg. Good to see you, buddy. I'm here. I'm here. I just ain't good for much.